guys? This is Taiba House of Kicks. Now we're going to talk about the resale value of the shoe. Now I was actually talking to one of my good friends the other day, and we were talking about how resale has totally changed. Like the landscape has changed from like 10-15 years ago, where you could actually buy stuff from stores and then flip them. Now you're lucky if you actually make a 5% or 10% markup on your items. That's because now there's a lot of there's too many fakes on the market. You know, that's one problem. But the major problem is the market is oversaturated, and then guys that are actually selling are getting their stuff from the employee store when the shoe is like 50% off their retail price. So you can't compete against those guys. And I really suspect that places like retailers excuse me, are selling their own inventory on like this new dynamic marketplaces, because they cannot be traced. So you can't track the sellers. So this is why I'm thinking a lot of these guys are actually silently selling their inventory on StockX or Goat or whatever you may name it. All right. So now we're going to talk about the resale value of this Jordan 1 High Royal Reimagined. Let's talk about. I'm going to show you a chart here real quick. So basically, this is what I collected. Okay, over the last 2 days between November the 1st and November the 2nd. The prices went from 176 to 183. Now it looks like the shoe went up in price, but that's a false positive, because even though that's the case, you still lose money if you're trying to resell this sneaker. You're just not gonna make any money. Okay, so I went ahead and collected the 5-number summary, and this is what I found. You can see that the lowest the shoe sold for was 157, and I'm gonna show you something else. I'm struggling today with a little cough, so forgive me for coughing while I'm doing this. So like I said, the lowest sale recorded was 157. That's for a size 8, and the highest was a 230. That's for a size 10 and a size 11. Now 25% of the shoes sold between 157 and 171, and I'm going to show you the next chart. You're going to see the exact sizes, and half of the shoes, that is like 50%, sold between 171 and 177. Then the remaining 25% sold between 177 and $230, and there were many outliers. So the outliers were 157, 159 twice, 161, 188, 191, 192, 200, 213, 230, 230 twice, and 230 3 times, and 234 times. Now if you include the outliers, your overall resale value is 180, and that's a volatility of 9%, which is still below normal. And then without the outliers, it's 175, and that's a 2% volatility. So you can clearly see that even with or without the outliers, there's like a $27 loss or a $32 loss, meaning you're not going to make any money. If you actually buy these shoes for retail, you are not going to make money. And to prove you that, let me show you exactly how the shoe is performing right now per size. As you can see on my chart, right? Forgive me, guys. Whoa. As you can see there, the size 10, you lose $9. Even though you sell it for $200, you lose like $9. The size 10.5, you lose $35. That's a lot. The size 11, you lose about 19. Size 11.5 and 12, you lose $30. The size 12.5, you lose 16. A size 13, you lose 29. A size 14, you actually make $4, which is still insignificant. A size 7, you lose 9. A size 7.5, you lose 29. Size 8, you lose 38. Size 8.5, you lose 11. Size 9, you lose 35. Size 9.5, you lose 29. So basically, this is not a shoe, like I say, that you want to sell. Okay, like I told you, like 93% of the sales led to losses, like size 7 to 13, and except the size 14, and it led to a 4% profit, which is like a 2% markup. This is lower than normal. The normal is 15%, so you're not making any money. So like I said, the verdict is clear. This is not a shoe you want to resell. If you're a day trader, you don't want to try to sell this Jordan 1 Royal Reimagined. You don't want to do that. Okay, and my suspicion, like I say, is probably there's a lot of people that are selling the shoes that are probably getting it from the employee store, where it's 50% off the retail price, or I'm thinking retailers are secretly selling their shoes on these marketplaces, because again they pay wholesale, so they are allowed, they can get away with selling for below retail price. But at the end of the day, this is good news for buyers. If you're a buyer, you can celebrate because you know you're going to be able to get your shoes for retail or even less than retail, pretty much, right? And actually, there's another thing that I wanted to discuss. I didn't get a chance to do that, but the fix are out. And on this article that I wrote, I collected some information from what's a guy named on YouTube, Jacob Marcellus. So he went and did a side-by-side comparison. So I have it on my website. You know, I collected the pictures, put it together for you. So if you want to authenticate your shoe, you can check my website, howsthekicks.com, and I will have that for you. Again, if this content pleases you, please subscribe and like this and let people know. And if you want me to discuss any shoe, please reach out and let me know what shoe you want me to discuss. Again, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.